This is KGW News at noon.
And we start this noon with day 4 of the heat wave. We're expecting triple digits once again today. As you look out over the Rose City from our Wells Fargo Skycam, the temp is in the 80s and climbing. Thanks for joining us today. Welcome. I'm Brenda Braxton. We want to talk more about the forecast now with meteorologist Chris McGinnis.
Are you tired of looking at this map behind me? It's a little rough. Yes, day 4 of our excessive heat warning in effect for the Portland-Vancouver metro area down the I-5 corridor to Medford, Northern California. We're all in this, right? All looking for one more day of sizzling hot temperatures before we feel a little bit of relief. That said, we are feeling a little bit of relief. This is the 24-hour temperature change from yesterday. And you'll note that -4 over Portland. That means essentially we are 4 degrees cooler right now than we were yesterday at this time. And we're seeing a lot of minus numbers here west of the Cascades. So a sign that we are just taking the edge off the heat just a teeny tiny bit, right? That said, it is warm at noontime. 87 degrees last check at PDX. Elsewhere, we are now up to 90 degrees in Hillsborough. It's 90 in McMinnville. Aurora checking in with 91. Salem already up to 93 degrees. The plan for today still calls for PDX to hit 100 or better. By the way, the record high for today is 102, so I think we fall just shy of that. But if we get there, and I think we will, Brenda, this will be our 4th consecutive day at 100 degrees. Portland has only done that twice since records have been kept at PDX since the 1940s. Cooler weather tomorrow, much cooler Friday. We'll look at that forecast coming up in just a few.
All right, thank you, sir. We have already seen how deadly this hot weather can be. Multnomah County believes one person died in the heat on Monday in southeast Portland. The county didn't release any more details, but we do know the medical examiner will determine the exact cause of death. The temperature in the city on Monday reached 108, and as you heard Chris say just a second ago, it's forecast to top 100 again today. The county is urging folks to seek relief in cooling centers, libraries, and malls. Also, check on your neighbors, especially those who are older or live alone. We've also covered 2 drownings recently, including a 15-year-old who died swimming with friends in the Cowlitz River. KGW's Alma McCarty talked to one of the divers who recovered the boy's body.
This time of year, it's very inviting. The surface current looks like there's barely anything going on.
But Jason Rogan, a longtime volunteer for Cowlitz County Dive Rescue, explains that isn't really the case. On average, in the summer, the team responds to about a dozen calls a month, sometimes more in weather like this.
What looks really calm on the surface, just a couple feet below, is really very swift. And people swim out a little ways, and then all of a sudden they feel the current start taking them, and it does help pull them downriver and under a little bit.
That's what happened here on the Cowlitz River in Kelso this weekend. A group of teenage boys enjoying their day on the water tried to swim across to the other side.
They made it a little ways across, found that the current was a lot more than they're ready for, and tried to turn around. A few of them got caught in the current.
Someone on shore noticed the boys struggling and jumped in and pulled one of the 3 from the water. The second teen made it out, but officials say the third, a 15-year-old, did not. When the dive team arrived, Rogan says they immediately started searching underwater.
We did bring a couple boats out to try to see if there was any sign where he could have gotten out. We did get entangled a few times, just because there is a lot of things underwater you can't even see. And with scuba divers, we got entangled in a fishing line and some other rope that was down there.
Just 5 minutes later, they recovered the teen's body, not far from where he went under.
It's a horrible incident, and we're just there to try to get some closure for the family.
The tragedy highlighting the dangers on the water.
We've definitely had a lot of calls where people weren't ready for either the current or weren't ready for how long it sometimes takes to float down the river.
His advice: be prepared and bring your life jacket.
Keeps you in an upright position where you're able to breathe even if you get knocked unconscious. If you don't have that, it's just you're at the mercy of the water.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Lane County continues to have some of the worst air quality in the state, with 2 wildfires burning east of Eugene. This is what the smoke looked like yesterday. Let's talk about the Lookout fire first. We got an update this morning, and it's grown to about 3,700 acres. It's north of the Mackenzie River Highway, in the same area where the Holiday Farm fire broke out during the Labor Day fires in 2020. We caught up with folks who lived through that devastation.
We could hear everything. We could hear the helicopters that were dropping water yesterday.
Other than the smoke, we seem fairly safe right now, but it's just that it still lingers in your mind.
There is a community meeting today at the Mackenzie River High School in Vida. The much larger Bedrock fire is burning south of the Lookout fire. This is what Forest Service firefighters are doing to protect recreational and historic structures. Crews covered them in this aluminized wrap that deflects heat and embers. As of this morning, the Bedrock fire had burned almost 26,000 acres and is 20% contained. A federal judge has ordered Washington County to release criminal defendants who've been in jail for more than 10 days without a public defender. Judge Michael McShane made the ruling yesterday, calling Oregon's current public defender crisis a national embarrassment. As we've reported, Oregon's public defender system is broken and there aren't enough lawyers. This order to release defendants only applies to Washington County, but legal experts told the Oregonian this will likely have implications statewide. Washington County District Attorney Kevin Barton called on state leaders to help. KGW's Kyla Boshi is digging into this, and we'll have much more tonight on our evening newscasts. Well, Northeast Lombard is back open this noon after a massive church fire in Portland's Cully neighborhood. Portland Fire says flames destroyed both the back and the left side of the church in the 5700 block of Lombard. This is video of the scene from last night. Crews were sent in around 9:40. The church is made of wood and primarily used for storage. No one was inside the building when the fire started. Investigators are now looking into what caused it. The White House says President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will travel to Maui on Monday for a first-hand look at the fire damage. They will be meeting with state and local officials, as well as first responders and survivors in Lahaina. Yesterday, the president said he's been in close contact with Hawaii Governor Josh Green and assured him that federal assistance is coming. A canine rescue team from FEMA is joining the recovery mission in Maui looking for bodies. First responders have also brought in coroners, pathologists, and portable morgues as the death toll rises. So far, cadaver dogs have searched less than a third of the burn zone. Families say they're just looking for some kind of closure.
He's gone. I just want to identify the body. The police have really helped, but I have run into a lot of people that I understand are tired. I'm tired too. I haven't slept in 6 days, and I just, like I said, I just want to identify his body and put him at rest.
Early this morning, the road leading to Lahaina reopened, and this was the line of cars waiting to get through. Today will be the first chance for most residents to see the destruction in person. Now, if you'd like to help the wildfire survivors, you can donate to the KGW Northwest Response Fund. We've partnered with the American Red Cross, which has volunteers on the island of Maui right now. It really is easy to give. Just text the word FIRE to the number on your screen. That's 503-226-5088, and we'll text you back with a link. You can also give in person at any local U.S. bank. The need is so huge, so a big thank you to everyone who's donated so far. North Korea claims the U.S. soldier who willingly ran across the border wants to seek refuge there or in another country. This is the first time North Korea has addressed the situation involving Private Travis King. State-run media says he was trying to escape, quote, maltreatment and racial discrimination in the U.S. Army, adding he was, quote, disillusioned with the unequal American society. The Defense Department says it can't verify the claims, but remains focused on getting Private King back home.